Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Das Places Skylines, where we are building the town of Lortinton. As you can see, we've got a nice road out front going around the city, and we've got a couple of complexes, and we've got a main road coming through, dividing into two. One going into the residential area, the other one's going to Donkin Forestry. And I'm quite happy with how the city is turning out, but we do need more residential areas. Apparently building burnt down over here and empty, and we've got crime, and we do have a police station right there, so they must do their jobs. So anyway, a certain investor by the name of Bleuamar decided that he wants to build a residential area coming out on this side. Now, he's seen the complexes, but he wants to do something different. He doesn't want to do grids. He doesn't want to do cul-de-sacs that much. And the question is, what is he going to do? But he has this idea of just in what do you call the circles within each other? But anyway, that's what he wants to do. So he's going to start off with a circle and then a circle on the outside of that. And his plan is to eventually in the future purchase this land. But him and Mr. Lortinton are in disagreement of what is to become of this land. But over here, Mr. Lortinton said, it's fine, you can do his concentric circles. That's what it is. You can do his concentric circles over here, as long as it stays within the area that has been allotted to him. And he said, okay, that is awesome. They got permission from Mr. Mason to destroy some of the rock features in this area, and that is what they'll be doing. Yeah. Now his attempt is to use as few roads as possible. So he'll be starting off with just basically this bigger circle, which will be how many is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiles and 3 tiles, so 5 tiles like that, or 5 blocks. So there will be, oh wait, we need 6 blocks, so that won't work there. Let's start off with the inner circle. So we'll have an inner circle of 2 blocks. That's one this way, one that way, and then we'll complete the circle. And then he'll make his next, which will be 1 block out from there, 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 and then we'll connect them up. And then he needs to connect them up with that. So you'll have to have some sort of access to that. So he starts off bringing the road in, giving it a small curve, and most people are happy with the small curve that he made, but he wants to have it straight when they tee into his village, so you can have a nice smooth connection. And we'll see if we can give him that smooth connection. Let's see. Put off the road guidelines. Just like that. That's fine. And then he'll have another connection on either side going out. So this is just for future connections on that side. This side won't have, and this side will come out and then join up with the road coming from there, going to there, yeah, maybe we'll have a connection this side as they built the road around. Okay. And they started paving the surfaces of the roads. And his hope is to join these circles, this circle with another circle on this side eventually. But that is future plans. So he says he wants to use as few roads as possible, so we'll pave that one, remove that one, and this one, and pave another one over here, and then pave these two. And the reason for that is, he says, he wants more people to walk around here, so I'll put some paved paths in here. One will go over to that side, one will go over to this side, and the same with these roads over here. Right, and then he wants a 45 angle road as well. We're going to eyeball this as best as we can. Over there, over there. And he's not really cared too much about the lot sizes, he just wants a walkable area. That's it, that's how he wants it. And he said he wants to plant some trees next to the side of some of these roads. So we have one there, have some there, some there, and there. And of course there and there. And Mr. Bleuamar said he wants a library in this place. He doesn't want a school of normal sorts. He wants a community school. So we'll have his public library sitting off on this side. But he said he is willing to allow a T off here. So from this road, there'll be a T coming off. Let's make sure this is in line with that one. So they have his library sitting off on that side, and then the community school on the other end. So there's his community school, and I'll just pop it down there. And he wants access by pathway to these as well, so you have some paths coming out. Going around, just like that. And another path coming around like such. And Mr. Bleuamar said, okay, I'm happy with this, we can start zoning it. And he didn't even know that you have to put in some water pipes. So Mr. Messer said, no, before you zone, you have to put in your water pipes and your electricity. Where do you want your substation? And Mr. Bleuamar was saying, substation? No, we don't want a substation. And Mr. Messer said, but surely you understand that in order for you to have power, you have to have a substation. And he said, no, I don't want anything to do with your power grid. And he said, I'll put some wind turbines in. And Mr. Meister said, listen, I don't think you understand how wind turbines work. They need to be in high wind areas. And he said, well, then I'll just put a solar upcharge tower. And Mr. Meister said, do you have any idea what that thing looks like? And eventually he agreed that a substation is the best the best way to go. And luckily for him, there's a substation not too far away from him we could tap off from. And he said, just hide it for us. And Mr. Bleuamar said, okay, we can hide it behind a rock for you, but it will have to come around eventually. Maybe just put it in front of the community school and then we'll hide it with some trees. And Mr. Bleuamar reluctantly agreed to that. but agreed to it, he did nonetheless. And this is a difficult one to do, it looks like. So Mr. Mason and them tried very hard to get a nice little substation for them. Unfortunately, there's not enough space there to hide it with a tree. And Mr. Mason asked him if he wants to own the substation or if it will be city powered. And the man said, no, I want ownership of it. But they never really did any maintenance on here at all. So first thing that Mr. Bleuamar does is he plants this place full of trees. He doesn't want anybody to see this. He even imports some high trees, very big trees, to try and cover the existence of this place. So that is how he tried hiding the existence of the substation, and nobody's ever to enter there. So, yeah. So his idea was having sort of self-sustained little village in here. So we'll have some residentials all the way around. All the way around this place. And we'll dot some of it with some commercial uses. And Mr. Mason was sort of reluctant to get into all the needs and requirements that the mob set ahead of him, but he's an investor, he brings in money into the town, so they allowed him to do that. So there's zoning a few commercial buildings here and there, and they asked him, so what do you want to call this area of yours, Mr. Bleuamar? And Mr. Bleuamar was also not happy that Mr. Duncan had rights to the property. So in answer to his question, Bleuamar went home and thought about it a little while, and then decided that he wants to call this New Gardens. And he wants to set some policies in here. He doesn't want smoking happening in here. He wants recycling going on in here. He wants... Oh, he didn't have even put parking, but he'll put a parking just now. Where is that? Oh wait, that's not in there, this is over here. So we'll have commercial specialization in here, as organic and local produce, and we'll have self-sufficient buildings in here. But he doesn't want any high rises, so we'll put a high-rise ban in there, and that is all that they are doing for now. And we'll see what comes up here, what sort of development Mr. Bleuamar does in this area. There's a house burning down in Lortinton, and our industries are doing quite well. We don't have not enough raw materials, and we'll have this. We'll just put this back to balanced. And let's see what our steel products and our furniture factory is doing, and they're doing quite well. Okay, so let's head back to our look at that. We finally reached big city, and we can buy the block that we were looking at. We've got some new paths, and finally we've got the water treatment plants, floating garbage collectors, track and field stadiums, and crematorium. So Bleuamar was happy about the crematorium when he heard about that. He wants to put a crematorium inside his development. So it's got a weird fascination with death in a way. So the center of new gardens is crematoriums. Right, so I did notice that Sunrise Square had leveled up, and that allows us to place a few new buildings in here. So first off, we put our gates in, and maybe extend this up a ways, just to reach there. We'll put another gate in there as well. So where was that? It's over here. We'll put a gate in there, and we'll put some pathways. Nice pathways coming down, and eventually we'll use some of the stones and aggregate we're getting from the Mason Corporation to fill this up into a nice beach area. And finally we have a way to go visit Grandma and Grandpa if we extend the park to there. Alright, so let's be placed by the roadside. Come on, let's extend the roadside then a bit. And we'll have our entrance right over there, and we'll bring our road, our pathway out to them. And then I think we have lookout piers, park pier 2, place inside a park area or a roadside. So let's expand our park, because this is eventually going to be, oh no, what have we done? Alright, so let's just expand this to here, and then put our piers in there as well. It's a very high pier, but that is fine. So we'll have that there and that there, and then we'll put our roadways to connect on this one and this one, and then we'll also bring back the fences that we had. Let's believe it's the nature reserve fence, just to ensure that nobody jumps off into the water or falls into the water, or wanders into the water for any what reason that people can't be in direct contact with the pollution down there. And that is starting to look nice, and eventually this will come down into a little beach area for people to swim in. But yeah, and let's go have a look at New Gardens. It's filling in slowly. It doesn't look like too many people. Oh, look at this. This is actually looking quite nice. Mr. Mason went and visited this a couple of times, and he saw, wow, this is actually going to be quite a nice area. And he offered to build some parks, maybe a few kids' playgrounds, maybe a dog park. And Mr. Bleuamar agreed. They can build playgrounds and dog parks in here. And all was happy. They don't have the police station in there as of yet, but that is alright. They decided that the police station can come next to the school because they are wanting to expand in the future. and they have been in discussion with Mr. Lorton about future expansions into this block of land. Now, our industry is looking a bit down again. So, Winnox Box seems to be expanding, and that is what they are doing now. So let's have a look at our traffic again. 93%, which is not too bad, not too bad at all. But I think we'll have to upgrade this road going along here, coming to this side. That might need to be done in the near future. We also might upgrade the road going down High-Rise Park, but we'll see when that becomes necessary. Okay, let's fill in some water here. So, and let's have a look at our other uses and demands. So our electricity is looking good. Our water availability is looking bad, and I'm thinking we need another set of water towers, a reservoir, if you may. So where is a nice substation we can tap off from? Otherwise we'll just have to keep placing our water towers over here, and we just place another one there just for now. And then our other needs, education. So our primary elementary school education, we are doing quite a lot. Our high schools are doing good. We don't have universities, and we've got almost 6,000 people eligible. Public libraries, we only have 19 people visiting public libraries because Lortinton does not have a library yet. And I think that is something that they need. Let's just make a nice little square over here. I think that'll be good. Just come out there and drop it down to about there and there, and we'll put a couple of cul-de-sacs in here, and then our library. And this library was sponsored by Mr. Lortinton after he saw the effects that the library had at the High-Rise Park and the new gardens. And yeah, Mr. Lortinton knows that you need your water pipes and your electricity down before you start zoning, and he zones a corner shop over here, a corner shop by the library, so you can have a bite to eat just before or just after you went to the library, and they zone residential. And as this seeing as this is going to be the edge of Lortinton, they don't find zoning along the side of the road. And that is nice. That is very nice. And people are happy, and there's signs of progress everywhere. Okay, citizen happiness. Most people are happy except the commercial people. Citizen health. We've got healthcare, we've got death care, we've got childcare and elder care, but from the hospital, I presume. Then we got nice levels, residential areas. I'm still surprised that this residential area is doing so well. Our industrial areas, well, they're looking alright. They're not grand, but they're alright. Then we've got wind, and we have traffic, which is 92% now. I'm thinking that is because of this industrial park. We might even upgrade this frontage road or this outside road coming around the city, and we'll have to upgrade that one sooner or later. Pollution is looking okay. It's not that bad. I'm actually quite impressed. Noise pollution is a bad thing, but as you can see in our estates, it's quite good. What we'll do is, once we've got enough educated people, we'll actually ring that commercial side with offices, and what we can do over here, look, we can actually put a few trees at the back of these houses, just to keep the noise away. But overall, it's looking quite good. Fire coverage. Winox Industrial Park does not have a firehouse. What was I thinking? That's bad. So they'll need a firehouse right over there. So that's good. And we'll have a fire department coming here soon. I'm thinking we can build maybe like a campus area. Maybe have this road go right to a stadium. And that could work out nicely, and we'll call this the will be a joint project from Mr. Winox and Mr. Mason. Not Mason, Maynard. Crime rate looking good. We do not have transport. That's what I wanted to do. Public transport. I need to get that done soon. I don't know about it in the next episode. Maybe we'll just do the let's put an incinerator plant here as well. Let's put it right down there. Don't know if we'll get to that in the next episode. I'm thinking about just doing the campus area. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.